Harley Quinn Season 3 Episode 5, title is a Swamp Thing. This episode, I felt like, look, last week's episode was cray-cray with the core of ours going full on orgasm and being nothing but eyebrow shut orgies. Like, that was cray-cray last week. And this episode, I will say this, it's half good. The stuff I wasn't crazy about was all the stuff with Bruce and Selena. Like, okay, I had a kick of them going to couples counseling, and it's the music meister being the psychiatrist. I had a kick over that, but I was like, I get what they're trying to do. Like, you know, Bruce is trying to get to know Selena by buying her cats, because that's kind of the only thing that he knows about her. And maybe don't name the cats Thomas and Martha the same names as your dead parents. Just a small tip. And like buying a toothbrush, I was like, okay, that's not much of a gift, Bruce. But while that's happening, I was like, can we go back to Harley and Ivy? Can we go back to Swamp Thing? Because the stuff with Swamp Thing I quite enjoyed. I really liked it. I mean, Swamp Thing, when, like, look, I was like, okay, what's going to be the piss take for Swamp Thing? What's going to be the piss take for Swamp Thing? And I'm like, oh, he's the Barnacle Snowman from Monsters, Inc. Like, literally, I was waiting for him to say, Snowcoat? Oh, welcome to the Himalayas! Like, I was waiting for him to do that. Because the story for this episode is that Poison Ivy is trying to access the green. She's unable to. She is not strong enough. But Swamp Thing is. But the problem is the two of them don't get along. But she's like, okay, we need to go to the Louisiana. We need to go over there and try and convince him to help us fight Frank. And I was digging it. I enjoyed the John Constantine or Constantine, cameo voiced by Matt Ryan, who played him a couple of times in animated form, but also in live action with the Constantine short-lived TV show in Legends of Tomorrow, which that was a kick of seeing the character plus who's voicing the character. So that was a nice, a neat little scene of Poison Ivy and John Constantine having a couple shots, having a drinking game, which I was like, you know what? Sign me up for that. You have humor, there's some funny moments, you got Harley Quinn going full psychiatrist on Swamp Thing, which I like. The thing about Harley Quinn is everyone just remembers like Joker's girlfriend and she's insane and unhinged, but remember, she's a psychiatrist. So clearly, she's going to dap into that knowledge now again, and she does in this episode, which I quite like. It's just, the thing about the episode itself, it's fine, really. It's nothing bad, it's nothing good. I have some laughs. Now knowing where Frank is, which I won't spoil, I'm like, okay. But I have a feeling like, from the trailers, Poison Ivy is going to go full on Poison Ivy, like trying to have Gotham be a plant city. So my guess it's just gonna be simply Batman trying to stop Poison Ivy. My guess, if I had to assume. So it's but here's the thing: the show has been, has been greenlit for season 4. So we know it's not ending, but I find this show to be really well done. It's just, this episode, I just thought it was okay. The things are like, Nora Freeze as being like, what she said? She's exploring her sexual phase, or whatever she call it. And I'm like, first things first, that's the quickest quickie I have ever heard of. I'm like, what are you two? How do you two? Nah, spoiler like Nora and Swamp Thing hit it on. Okay, Nora Freeze tickles the bushes of Swamp Thing. Let's say that. But yeah, this episode is fine, and that's the thing. Swamp Thing, you make my heart thing. That's why every time I think of Swamp Thing, I don't. Next thing will be like Man Thing. That's when I talk about Marvel thing. If Man Thing shows up in a Marvel type thing, that'll be quite interesting to see.